and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my continuing campaign where with the TF-1377, who's Japan, I am the Allies trying some things here. Night bombing at Kandari. Ooh, that's loud. Okay, for me anyway. So, by the way, yeah, today might be crazy day. May 17, 1943. We are doing a night bombing, shooting down some of his Tojos. We'll take it. We're going to try to see if we can do some destruction of the base here, because in the daytime, we're going to bomb with B-17s. Because the B-24s are, in my opinion, a little bit more fragile, I want to use the B-17s. Of course, they're fragile too, but I mean, not necessarily fragile, don't get me wrong. I just mean, if he's got a lot of fighters flying, it's going to be a bad day for me. Now, I had some night bombing at Truck, didn't go, obviously, because we skipped that. I figured with basically 100% moonlight, although when I scheduled the bombing, it was saying 96%. I thought with 96, 100%, it was a good day to night bomb. I have a cruiser group that's positioning itself to do a shore bombardment at Kandari. I don't know how that's going to go. And I have P-38s flying cover for it, but I'm nervous about it being hit. I'm nervous he'll flee when he spots it. I mean, there's just so many, there's so many emotions that that's stressing me out over it, that has me concerned. There, uh, I mean, with all the things people say about Allied assets being expendable, you could say technically they're expendable, but considering I don't like anything, I don't like to lose anything, especially if it's avoidable. I mean, if it's hey, we're gonna go in, we know we're gonna take some damage, but we hope we take them out with us, then that's what I consider a valuable loss. But if I'm going in and I don't even make it to the target and I get wiped out, that's where it's feels like a failed loss of a failed waste of assets. Okay, well that wasn't planned. Oh, actually it was. No, it wasn't. All right, let me tell you a story. I think I changed all my B-24s, but I didn't change these guys, and they bombed here. Unfortunate loss. See, all my B-24s were switched to Rangoon, and that was a good use of bombers. Well, okay, so oh, maybe I didn't change all. Oh, hmm. The aircraft at Prom plus the Liberator 2s. I don't know anymore. Hey, maybe it's a good thing we actually hit this base. Where's he flying Cap from? So I didn't hit any aircraft. He might be flying Cap from Bangkok or something. Well, maybe my Kandari bombing mission won't even happen. Oh, well. What the goal was to hit it before his bombers attacked my ships. I'm getting a little stressed out. Just a wee little bit. Okay, here we go. And I see that he has ships parked right here too. My ships are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think they're gonna go in next turn. Alright, let's go. This is why I brought the 17s. Okay, so they kind of sweep for themselves, right? I have another squadron. I don't know if they'll go. How come my bombers didn't bomb? Oh, okay. So here's what's happening. I flew up at 33,000 feet, and you can see that's just absurd, right? Well, that was purposeful because I figured his fighters. I wanted to make it so his fighters were basically unusable, but that we could still hit with a few bombs, you know. However, okay, they were flying at 12. I almost went at 10, and I think that would have been a lot more dangerous for my bombers. But this way, there's a couple thoughts. This way, I could fly high, but again, I thought I was actually going to drop bombs. It says 4. They did drop. It's just none hit, I guess, because it's just absurd level. That said, our ships will get in and bombard, so hopefully it'll make it kind of moot. I'll probably turn off my bombers, to be honest. I don't know if I bombard at night. Yeah, I might lower to 15K and let them bomb, and then my ships will go in hopefully and bombard the port pretty good. I hate that I lost a couple of liberators, but that's interesting that he capped that base. And by what I just said, I was referencing the one in Burma. So I'm okay with that raid there overall. I mean, I hate to lose an aircraft, a 4-engine bomber like that, and potentially the crew. I don't know what to say about that. Looks like he lost some troops there with my counter battery. But I should destroy this. I mean, he's going to probably run away. I don't... Oh, destroyed. Nice. I was hoping he wouldn't run away, so that's good. Um, he was out of supply. We are too. Um, and yeah, I think it helped getting in behind him like this. His supply was, I think we limited his supply. Got in here, he had a little terrain buff, a leader issue. We were shocking, and we just had a few damaged troops. We got in there, hit him hard from 2 different sides. his armored cars were overwhelmed and 42 destroyed. He can rebuild this thing, and I don't know what his plan is, but you can see that he had 42, which would be, I think, a normal assault value of 42, because I think he gets 1 point per car. But anyway, nonetheless, moving on. We para-dropped here. Total of, well, we're going to have some disabled guys, I guess, because I don't know how that value dropped. But we took this base. Next turn, we're going to get in with ground troops. He cannot see our transports. For all he knows, we just dropped in, and that's all. And that's exactly what I want it to be. Now, if he gets a sub in here and lurks around, he'll see our ships that are bringing troops. But I didn't want it to be more obvious than I didn't want him to learn from a passive stance what we're doing there. So that was great that we snuck in with some paratroopers. Now we can bring in the um, heavy infantry, artillery, all the things we really want to get in there. I might I might get in all of my engineering assets that I want to get up at the north end. I might get them in at the south end, start building that base up while I'm capturing the north. Then we'll get all those engineers heading north. Anyway, that's cool. We got a foothold there on what is it, New Georgia, I believe. Anyway, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong place. But anyway, it's exciting. Some excitement, it's been kind of slow. All right, I wanted to show you this because it was quite interesting. With the fog of war, you may or may not have noticed this. We did only lose one bomber. That's going to be the um, Liberator 2, the British Liberator 2. Man, my brain. Oh, 1917. That was a good year. Well, they lost two actually, air to air, and I think those were probably flying over Kandari. But we destroyed one of his aircraft by Flag Zero. So all told, with all the stuff we were doing, crazy operations, the B-17 is going extended range, 6 versus 11. So that's an interesting statistic. Looking at the information here. He ended up losing. I think this is way off. This is going to be off by 1. Yeah, because that's 12. So we'll say 8 Tojos total. He's going to lose a bunch. I wonder if all of these are at Kandari. No, he might have lost some flying cover over Burma. Um, in any case, he loses 9 or 8 of these and a couple other things. Dina, I guess, a recon aircraft. We lost 3 of these Liberator 2s. That's bad. I was hoping, oh, cool, only one, but we ended up 2 with ops. A P-38 flying cap over our ships there, our bombardment group. And then, okay, good. We do have a missing crew, probably the one that was shot down there over the Japanese base. They've been captured. We shouldn't have anything here for either side. Whoops. Let's see if got any new information, intel, not that I can see. And I just wanted to point this out. So we took this base, Namatanai. We had amphibious invasion here with some engineers and marines, um, artillery. We have a few things ready to offload, and they might have been here this turn. They were heading in, but I deliberately told them stop here. Don't do anything crazy yet. And so they stopped here. They might have gone all the way in here and unloaded, which would have given him intel, and maybe these subs would have converged on me. And now I've got to worry about them converging on me still. We do have a couple of destroyers, but and in fact, we have a lot of stuff here as well. I may withdraw this group because we don't need to bombard, and I don't need to accidentally lose a battleship. So I'll probably withdraw, but I'll say I thought I sent some ASWS that's up here, but maybe I forgot. So let's patrol up here. If that's a long ways, let's see how that does. 15, that's not bad. Give it a, it should get up there on this turn. It'll be there by the second half of the day. We'll get up there and cover that. Also, I actually intended to do the same thing with this. Let's let's minesweep that from here. All right, and just for good measure, we've got nothing else for these guys to do. Let's all right. Yeah. Okay, so we've got cover here. I'm going to send these guys back because, like I say, I don't want a lucky torpedo to hit these guys. Let's return. And we don't need to bombard. His air is not, he doesn't have any bombers here. His air is too far away to do anything. So I think we're okay. If you look here, there's no spotting on my ships. He could be alerted to us, especially here, and start heading this way. With carriers or whatnot, we've got a pretty good spread of search arcs. So that's the other thing. I want to get some. I want to get an AVP here. That's what's going here. Yeah. We'll auto disband. Okay, I think we're gonna be set. So we'll run in here and then disband. I'll probably already get some let's see. I'm doing a lot already, but I kind of think this is important stuff here. These guys were designated to transfer to Namatanai. I don't should be up here. It's not very far away, right? Um, well, okay. I was just about to say, okay, I guess I'll just choose them on the map, but here we go. All right, I'm not gonna do it right now. We lost a lot of aircraft landing there. I'm not gonna do it right this second, but we're gonna set up a search arc for him. In fact, just for good measure, we'll just say naval search 50. And I think that's fine so far because that'll give us the most northern search we have. Should get us even to truck. I might just aim it at truck, um, but I have to know that. And here I am just doing it now, right? Um, ooh, that's not quite making it. That's weird. Oh, some of these are longer range than others. Probably I have a shorter range aircraft here. But for now, we're just going to do that. And that'll still keep an eye on whatever might be coming from truck. We'll see coming from a long ways away. I'm going to do 330 because that'll look just straight north, but also it will cover some say something coming from Ponapaven or truck. Anyway, I'm talking a lot more. Well, I wasn't even gonna stop and talk about this. I was gonna jump into May 18, but I wanted to point this out too. So I don't know what he has here. He does have some cover force, some boats here, but we're gonna go in and bombard this. But most likely we're gonna run into these ships and do some um, surface action. I doubt we'll even get into bombard. I think we're gonna fight these guys and then leave. But let's run it. Here's our bombardment task force, and I might turn this to 0 because I want them to focus and then get out. So there we go. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. And we'll see, and you'll see in just a few moments. Well, but it'll be a while for me because I got to get everything else set up. Take care. See you soon. Okay, we're back. It's May 18, 1943. Let's see if some of the stuff I've triggered off is gonna work. If I run into any problems, well, there's a positive start. Um, 2 torpedoes hit. That's gonna sink. All right. I told this surface group to bombard. I'm nervous that we're gonna use up all our ammunition on enemy ships, so let's go. So we sank that, but and we're bombarding. Good. Whew. I'm gonna see. Well, let's see if we can knock out some of these air units. Now he may have pulled his air units off, seeing our surface group, but let's go. Oh, good. We had our I forgot, but I had my destroyer shell, so that's great. So 62 damage Sally's. Okay, so it's Sally's, but he does have Betty's here as well. So now the damage, ignore the number because that's just how many actual hits. So our bombers are going to hit in the daytime. That was very successful. I won't get away with doing that again. He won't let me do that again. But also we damaged the airbase enough that he'll be reeling from that one. But it's time for some payback. We had to deal with his. I was hoping this would happen a couple days ago. We had to deal with his bombardment of Rangoon, so it's only fair, right? I don't know. This is thunderstorms too, so not the most ideal conditions. But moonlight is still high, so I was hoping we could get in here and do some things. Now this is overcast, so alright. Well, I guess that's the most we're gonna get out of the night cycle. Oh, I'm so happy for that bombing rate. I mean that bombardment. That worked out way better than I expected on 2 levels. One, I thought we were going to get hit by air units from Kandari. And the other reason, the other reason it worked out great is because we got in without having to spend a bunch of shells on surface ships. Now, he'll probably have some cap still, but our bombers should be able to get through fairly easily. Yeah, that flak won't get there quick enough. I have some light flak coming here, heavy flak coming here, and some more heavy flak going to Sion. Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty epic. But we are flying low. I might have to bump that up a bit. Now remember, the goal here isn't to destroy these ground units with air power. Man. Well, I mean, I'm doing it, so I'm willing to take the damage. The goal isn't to destroy these units with air power. The goal is to keep them so beat up that when they get into my twofold, to slow them down so they can't just appear in this hex so quickly, but also to beat them up so much that when they do get in and tangle with us again, we'll be ready to go. Okay, so that's a lot of nicks. Alright, let's get through this. 11, let's see how many we have left. Okay. So we don't need fighters to clear, we just clear our own path. Whoa! Okay, so we lost a couple of liberators. Okay. But he loses a couple of things on the ground. I think I got another squadron coming. Oh, 2 squadrons. Alright, let's go. Alright. Ooh, that was a hefty hit. Alright, so there's a psychological effect here as well. I'm hoping he'll get a little bit demoralized. I mean, you know, it's a game and I want him to have fun. I don't mean it like I don't want him to quit. But what I mean by demoralized is so he doesn't fly his aircraft too far forward. But also, I want to start hitting his factories here. And by doing this much damage, he may relocate his aircraft. I don't know. But whoa, I didn't know I sent this many aircraft here. Alright, so that was very successful. Now here's the thing. Look at this. From Akyab, it's 17 hexes. This is why I have all these B-24Ds. I used all the B-24Ds from Akyab plus the B-24D1s, which have a shorter range from Prome, and that's why we had so many aircraft bombing today. Now the night bombing was done by the Liberator 2s, which I don't know. I just have a gut hunch that they're not as durable as the B-24Ds. I know it's basically the same plane, more or less, but the Liberator 2s, I think, have less gun value to chase the fighters away, etc. Just seems, maybe it's just maybe it's just a psychological thing, but it seems like they're easier to knock out of the sky by flak or by air. So I think we did the right thing here. Yeah, what you saw there by Southampton there, or Rockhampton, sorry. We're heading north. Our carriers are on the run, on the move, I should say, not on the run. That implies running away. No, we're heading to the, well, technically we're heading to Milne Bay. We're gonna see what we need to do once we're there. Alright, so he still has Tojos in the sky. But we're going to hit it anyway. See if we can hit any aircraft on the ground. Wow, we lost 2 bombers out of that. Man, that's terrible. Yeah, you haven't seen these guys bomb Hollandia in a while, but they have been targeting that for a few days now. Just now triggered. I don't know if it was weather or other reasons, but yeah. All right, some more B7. No, these are B-24s. Man, it's a good thing we did a shore bombardment. These aircraft have done nothing there. Well, I guess it's also extended range, so that's probably why. Um, okay. Well, our counter battery was pretty successful here at Wuchang. And also up here by Sion. Okay, that was a better day than I expected. Okay, I guess I need to take some of these fortifications builds off. Buka, Ubuka is always a good upgrade. Victoria, yeah. That's just for the odd point that we get there. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Maybe we'll have a little bit to talk about today because we had a kind of an eventful day. Also, unloading at Naman, I don't know the name. When we get to it, maybe I'll attempt it, but they're South New Georgia. See if we get any new units, but otherwise we'll jump right in. Well, that's a big one. I forgot about that one. I knew, but I forgot. All right, I was a little overexcited. I got this already in my escort task force here at Balboa, and we're gonna head up to San Diego where we're gonna meet up with some more destroyers. Then we're gonna head to Pearl Harbor where I have um, an anti-aircraft cruiser, CLAA, and some other destroyers. Anyway, we're gonna have a pretty decent escort for this boy, and we'll get it into the fight. All right. In the meantime, replacements on. We don't have a lot of SBD5s. These are already F6 F3s, so that's good. And probably the latest and greatest of that. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll set all this stuff up, but we're yeah, we got the Essex, so that's great. We'll just shoot over here. 78. I don't know. That's gonna take us about 9 days, I'm gonna say, roughly, give or take. Okay. Now we can take a look at our ops report. I'm gonna try to be quick because we got some things to talk about. Well, we got a sub ready to repair, and at Darwin, got some kills from um, maybe even yeah, bomber group. um, and Buka, yeah, okay. Yeah, we got some things to deal with here. LB-30s, that's funny. I'm still using these guys, but really I'm using them for anti-submarine, and as long as I have a full squadron, I'm gonna just take advantage. But when I start dropping below a full squadron, I like to go ahead and replace them then. Because, hey, if I have the assets, let's utilize them, and they're decent enough, and I've got them high ASW, so, all right. Um, Yeah, we lost a few Blenheim 5Ds. Um, Man, it's just a lot of stuff. Um, I'm saying like written off, damaged, a lot of maintenance written off, another bomber written off, and that's not even including the ones shot down directly immediately. Um, Another B-17. Wow, we've probably lost a lot of those. We're dropping more. I think this should be the rest, but we'll see if we need to bring in more paratroopers. Um, yeah, right here. More paratroopers. Supplies flying into Chengdu from C-46s. They carry a lot, plus they go farther. So that these are excellent. I'm so glad we have these. Some other supplies going in. And then I'm gonna just get the rest of the way down here. These are our um, Enterprise fighters there. Uh, okay, got an AKE. No, that's AKE Sang. Now, yeah. I'm going to pause on the transport of supplies from Calcutta to Akyab for a few more days. Try to build up our um, supplies in India. Um, okay. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off. Fortifications. I got a few things going up here. Okay, good. Some more devices. British Brigade 14th. I'll have to take a look at that. Um, Yeah, these AVDs, I want them like everywhere, and I just want to have PBYs everywhere. So we sank the Chidori. Essex got a landing ship and then some cargo ships. That's a crazy turn, a good way to start this day. Um, with the Essex coming in and the report coming in from the front lines where we destroyed a lot of aircraft. We lost a lot in the process, more than I should have. Like, in other words, well, um, I was hoping we would destroy enough fighters that we could get in without losing any, but we just lost a lot today. And they're all going to be heavies and hard to replace. But let's get into it. Let's see. 96, 82. That's a huge disparity. I don't even know how to read this if it's a for sure thing, but let's move forward. He lost to Tojo and an Oscar to air. I believe that's probably accurate. Now, as far as the number of aircraft on the ground, it's going to be off by 14 somewhere in here. Um, but I'm going to assume I'm going to assume some of these are correct and accurate. Uh, like up to here, maybe it's these zeros, Babs and Dina. But then one of these is off. Probably the Betty, I'm going to guess. I don't think we destroyed 24, probably 12. So, or even less. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He lost a lot of aircraft. And when we look at our losses, yeah, look at all these heavies right here. And then we lost a couple of Blenheims. These are our recons on the Central Pacific. Yeah, you could see all this, but and we don't get the C-87s yet. The C-47s we lose probably one per turn on average. We got a Vengeance, lost a Flak. Um, so it is what it is. All right. Pilots. We're gonna lose more pilots than him today because at most he's gonna lose 8. And we lost like a lot more than that. Well, we lost 8, only one of which is wounded. Um, but he may not have lost even 4. Who knows? But when you're destroyed on the field, you're good to go. The pilots are fine, but they're gonna have to get re-equipped with um, aircraft and so forth. Anyway, moving on. We did sink this with a sub and sank this with our ships, surface ships there, our Australian allies. Let's see if anything cool showed up here. Not that I can tell. Um, all right, let's look at the map. It was a crazy day, but not in this area. We did get a few bomb hits into Quadriline and Ponape. I kind of I wanted to beat this up again, and I wanted to get some hits in on this. We're going to invade that soon, and just wanted to damage a little bit more, keep it from being able to repair up and fortify. Truck, we did very little to no damage, but it's night bombing. It's not going to do a lot. We snuck away all the way to here. I'm not sure why it's looping around like this. Um, it doesn't even give me an indication. It's because it's trying to avoid air or something. So I'm just gonna say direct. Let's just get home. I don't understand this fancy maneuver here. So we're gonna do direct. We'll be well out of bomber range by the time he comes up, so I can stand down my fighters. I wore them out significantly trying to cover. He has my aircraft are saying he's lost almost all of his stuff here. He may have pulled off the remaining fighters, but I don't know that. But also, I might rest my bombers. They got beat up pretty badly this turn as well. So we'll probably rest and wait. And then at some point, these Australian cruisers can come back out and hit Kandari again, maybe and whatever remains there, we can destroy. Now, I think this is a regular road. I don't think it's railroad, in which case he won't be able to rail them from here to here to get them out of there. Plus, his air capacity is 0, and he won't be able to fly any out that are damaged. So I really want to turn this thing around and get up here and bombard as quickly as possible. Um, I need to get some supplies over here, so let me just set up a quick task force for that because I don't want to forget. What did I do? I I swear that's way too easy to click. Um, the one right by dock is disband, and I don't do it as much now, but I used to do it a lot more. So he's gonna drop off some supplies there, just so they don't run out. Okay, but anyway, yeah, the situation is we hit this pretty hard, and our reconnaissance aircraft that flies over here after the bombardment hit says that we did, 15 and 19 or 19 and 15 damage to the airfield and port respectively. Um, and we'll take it. I just want to finish off whatever aircraft he still has there. But if he like moves them to Manado, well, wherever he moves them, if they're not in range of our ships, we'll just get right back up here and bombard again without him attacking our ships. Because if he moves them like to Manado, that's even further north, and they won't be able to strike us as we sit here and wait for the rush to get in there. Um, all right, moving on. Burma. We need only one more day to get into here. And I'm going to stop this guy because there's no reason to move any further. Um, and we'll just park here, dig in. Um, what did we upgrade here? 14th. They just got into Tongyi, and we're going to head east. It says 138, but I'm not going to go the full. We'll just go the one hex over and stop. We didn't upgrade our infantry section, but we do have 6-pounders. That'll be good. The only thing we're missing is the infantry. We need infantry 43. And this other British brigade, we still don't have 43 infantry. But these 6-pounders are going to be very useful for his tanks as he drives up here and attacks again. I think our 6-pounders are going to be put to good use. Okay, we bombed somewhat successfully. We bombed Bangkok and hit some aircraft on the ground there. I did not even get any recon in. We just bombed, and one of our raids was very successful. The reason being is I want to bomb the industry here, and so in order to maximize that, I needed to hit whatever aircraft were here. And I think we were successful enough to be able to maybe do something, but I don't want to just assume so. So one of the things I want to do is bomb the airfield again. But without recon, it's hard to know if that's needed or not or what. But I am pushing what I was saying about the psychological thing and demoralizing is again not to push him out of the game, but to push his aircraft even further back so that we have free reign out here to this radius. Um, kind of like we've completely eliminated his presence, his aerial presence in this whole area. I want to do have the same impact here in Thailand, where we have complete free reign to bomb anything we want in this area. But the fact that we can daily bomb his troops here is that shows a lot of strength in our um, um, air supremacy. Let's see, we gotta really get some supplies out to these bases, but we're working on that. All right. Um, and then China, you can see these brown dots. I think I mentioned them very recently. All these things are heading into the area. This is just artillery heading to this zone up here. We eliminated his armored cars up here, and now we're splitting up. Actually, I'm sending the brigade here just to hold the line. I figure I don't want a big unit here using up burning supplies. And then we'll send the corps split up into 3 parts down in here to mess with his supplies. Um, and then, yeah, we're just trying to reinforce some of these places, especially with an aircraft, and keep his bombers at bay. But I think that's kind of it, actually. Very interesting day. And I can't think of anything else specific to mention. Oh, I just did. I was talking about this recently, this invasion here. We okay. So I need to disband this guy so that Namatanai Namatanai, we have PBYs here, and that's why I was bringing in this AV P to monitor or to take care of our planes. Yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping would happen, that we could get in here and unload without him knowing where we exist here. And that's exactly what happened. And because we own the base, I think we were able to not have a lot of troops lost by in the drop off. and then I've already told it to start building up the port and airfield. And I did both. I could have just specified only the airfield, but I kind of want them both. And it looks like at this rate, the airfield will be done in 20 days, and the port will take 50 total, roughly. You know, these numbers may go up or they may vary. Plus, I do intend to bring even more engineers. And I guess furthermore, you could say that there are more engineers on these boats. So that'll shoot up rather quickly. But right now we're starting with 18 to 4. That'll probably double in just one day and then so forth. Also, this, huh, I wonder if we can bring more over. Let's take a look here. Yeah, these guys have already flipped to supply, so I can't get the rest of these paratroopers over with I can't, for example, the combat engineers, I can't get over without a transport. So I'm gonna have to get that going. And I mean, it's okay that they're flying supply, but I'll probably stand down all my transports and because yeah. But I could, well, I'm not going to fly anything else over. I'll just get ships and bring whatever engineers and whatnot. So what I'll probably do is everything that says Kafyang. Oops. Yep, that's bad, but easy enough to fix. What I'll probably do is fly, I'm sorry, ship in anything that says Kafyang, um, and Namatanai. Well, yeah, even the CBs, that's right. So these four elements for sure. And Kavying's days are numbered because um, for a couple of reasons. One, we're going to get some more air power here as soon as we can get this to level 2. It'll be useful for like dive bombers and whatnot. So that'll for sure project us out where he can't. There's no way he'll get anything up here. But the other reason his days are numbered is by owning the south of this island and marching north. Um, it's just a matter of time. Because look, the 37th Infantry is on the way, and oh man, we can never get everything. Even when it tells us that we have 100% of it and everything's golden, seems like something's left behind. Well, that's fine. We'll pick up these guys, infantry regiment, anything that's this Gavieng we'll grab and we'll just bring with another ship. We've got a lot of these transports and things. I've just been kind of waiting to use them, and the fact that we have a lot of trucks, that'll be a good way to use these landing craft too. But anyway, I'm rambling. And I'm just going to wrap up here and say that things are starting to accelerate. Well, maybe it's accelerating just to slow down again, but still, if I can secure this Kavieng here, I think that'll go a long way to giving me a comfort level to invading these whenever at my leisure. But also, I have 4 carrier divisions coming to Milne Bay, although one of them is just the Victorious. But we do have the Essex on the way. But over here at Darwin, we're gonna start gathering and preparing for an invasion at Dili. I would like to shoot out one more bombardment of Kandari because that'll ensure that his air units should be far enough away from our our whatever we want to invade up here. That'll help a lot. Well, let me let you go, but we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. I'll be back for May 19. Bye.